Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and today we're going to make this little wallet smash book. And I made this using the Graphic 45 Voyage Beneath the Sea papers. I just love those. Of course, you know I do. They're teal and aquas and things. But this has 3, 6, about 7 pockets in it. You could use it for a little wallet. You could use it to put, when you're traveling, to put your receipts and your airline tickets, things like that in, and just toss it in your purse and you would have it. This has a magnetic closure, and I just love it. You could also just put little mats, make mats for these, and slide your mats in there, and you could put photos or whatever inside there. But I love mine. Alright, we're going to make this one today out using some Sorry from Bo Bunny. That's this paper line. And then this is just some cardstock, and I could not begin to tell you what color it is. If I find the color before the video's over, I'll let you know. But you know what I'm looking for now? I'm looking for my scoring. There it is. Looking for my scoring tool. Okay, you're going to start out with a piece of paper that is 10.5 by 7 3/4. So you're going to put the 10.5 side down, and you're going to score at 1/2. And I'm sorry, I know you can hear the mower going outside. My husband could not wait to mow grass, so he is out there mowing. Alright, score at 1/2, score at 5 1/4, and then score at 10. Whoa, I went wild on that score line, didn't I? Okay, then turn it, one turn, and you're going to score at 1/2. And then I turn it all the way around again and score at 1/2. So that gives you, and let me make sure that I scored that correctly. Yep. So that gives you a 1/2 inch score line on all 4 sides, and then it gives you the center line. Okay, now what you're going to do is go ahead and fold your score marks in. And at the retreat, I also lost my bone folder, so I'm having to use my old one. It's an oldie, but it still works. It's a little bit broken. Got a chunk out of it there where I've used it so many years and dropped it and tossed it around, but it still works. And now you're going to take your scissors and you're going to take off these edges right here. So we're going to chomp those edges off right at where the score lines meet. That's going to give you a nice fold over on your corners so that you don't have the bulk in the corners. Okay? So that's all you do there. Alright, and I think I'm going to use this as my outside, so I really needed to fold these this way, because my paper has a little bit of texture, so I'm going to use the texture part from my outside. And the reason these are going to fold over to the outside is because they're going to keep you from having raw edges. So they're going to make a really nice edge on your wallet so that there won't be any raw edges on there. I don't like the raw edges, and the raw edges, they don't stand up. They end up fraying and whatever. So I'm going to put some score tape on that. Then you're just going to take the score tape off and fold them down. Like I said, decide which side you want to be your outside of your wallet and fold it that way. Fold it to that side. And if you have a little bit of a lip on one of your corners like that, just use your bone folder and press it down. So there is our outside. So let's reinforce this score mark. So our inside mats are cut at 4 3/8 by 6 3/8, and they're going to go somewhere in the center. Here's your center fold, and so they're going to go somewhere in the center there. And I'm just going to put these down with, you could put them down with ATG tape, whatever. It's not, these are not going to have a lot of pull on them, so I think I was going to put them down with some of my good glue, but I may not if I can't get it to come out. I am about out, so and I am not worried about which side is up and down, because this is just a lot of flowers, and there may be an upside and a downside, but to me they look okay. Now if you want to ink the edges, now is a good time to ink your edges. I'm not going to, just for time's sake, but I like my edges inked on most everything, so that is up to you, but now's a good time to do that. And just try to get your mats as close to correct as, you know, as close to the same across the top as possible. As close to correct. I'm never correct. Alright, we're going to put on our first pocket, and this pocket measures 7.5 by 4. Well, the pocket doesn't, but the piece of paper does. 7.5 by 4. And what we're going to do now is we're going to score on both of the short sides and one of the long sides. So score it 1/2 inch, turn it, score it 1/2 inch, and then turn it and score it 1/2 inch. And you're going to need 2 of these. One for each side of your little wallet. For some reason, I cannot score tonight to save my life. Okay, and here again, you're going to cut your corners. I really messed that one up, but it's going to be covered with paper, so we'll let it go. And you're going to put your score tape on the flaps, and you're going to put it on this side of the flap, the outside, which I call the outside. If you want to, you can just fold them back out and put it on there if that makes it easier. Okay. Go ahead and do our other one while we're at it. Both of them finished. I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder on these just so that they'll fold down well, and make sure my corners, okay, I need to trim that one a little bit more. That's when you can see if your corners are right, is when you fold them in. It should be nice and neat, and that one needs to be trimmed a little bit more too. Okay. Put our score tape on. And I'm going to try to check and make sure I'm staying in frame. Like I said, my children see if I can adjust just a little. My children moved my camera, and I've got to now readjust everything. So I'm not used to having to look up every little bit to see if I'm in frame. But we will try. Okay. And now what you're going to do is take your tape off. Well, my tape come off with it. That was really smart. Okay, we're going to put a little adhesive right there. I don't know why my tape broke there, but anyway. And then I take my side and I fold the bottom. Take the side and I put it in, and then I fold the bottom up to it, and that gives you that little pocket down in there. So when you put this on, nothing will slide out of it. And you're just going to you're going to bring it all the way over to where your designer paper starts, or your pattern paper. And then you're just going to lay it down that way. See, I brought it all the way over to where my pattern paper started and laid it down. That gives you enough room to get things in and out of your pocket there. You're going to do this one the same way. So fold your side over, or your side in, and then the bottom over. And this one I cut a little bit much, and they're not going to meet, but that's okay. When I get through pressing them down, they will be fine. So just make sure that it is straight on the back side. It's covering the paper. Press this down, and then put the sides down. There we go. Okay, we got it. So that is your first pockets. And now you're going to need to mat the pockets. So decide what kind of mat you want on there. I kind of think I want this because that side is a little bit too floral. So we're going to put this side on there. And again, you can use whatever tape you want here. I'm just going to, for time, I'm just going to use this because this video is going to be a little bit long. And I do apologize, but I tried to cut everything ahead of time just so that I could save time. And let me tell you how big the mats are. These mats measure 6 1/4 by 3 1/4. So the mats are 6 1/4 by 3 1/4. And just center your mats up. Hopefully my head's not in the shot. And press that down. Okay, now we are ready for our first pocket. And let's see, this would be our first pocket, I'm pretty sure. Alright, this measures 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. And then we're going to score it. Alright, 5 1/2 by 3 1/2. And we're going to score it on 2 sides. We're going to score it on one of the short sides. And then you're going to turn it. And let's see, let's make sure. Yes, I need to score it on this side. You're going to turn it and score on the 1/2 inch again. And here again, you're going to trim your corner. And then fold. And the reason I look to see what side And let me get that corner a little bit better. For some reason, this paper is so thick and it's not wanting to fold right. Is because you want it to fold on that side. You want it to be open here. So that's why I said, let me see which way I'm going to fold it. Okay. Let's put our score tape on. I would definitely suggest using score tape on these to put your pockets on, because they are going to get some wear and tear. And so you're going to need something that will hold well. Some double-sided tape that's really sticky. Okay. And now you're going to take it to the bottom corner. You're going to put this point right in that bottom corner at the designer paper, at the line of where the designer paper starts, you see, so that when you're finished, you see, all you can see here is this, but then over here you see your designer paper. And then we're going to mat it. Let's see if I can find my mat. Okay, I know this may be way too floral for a lot of you people out there, but believe me, my daughter loves floral. Alright, I'll tell you how large this mat is in just a second. Let's look. This mat is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. And that goes right on top of that one. Just like that. So now we're ready to put on our next pocket that's going to go on top of this. And this one measures 4 1/2, I believe it is. 4 1/2 by 3. And now we need to make sure that we score it at the bottom and at this side, because this side needs to be left open. So I'm going to put it in this way so that I don't score it wrong, because I did score the other one wrong. Alright, scored it 1/2, turn it clockwise and scored it 1/2. Again, you're going to cut your, excuse me, you're going to cut your corner off, fold your score lines and press them down. And then put your score tape on. And I hope I scored that on the right side. I think I've cut 2 of these and I did both of them the wrong way. Okay, pull your tape off. Fold your bottom little fold in and that one over so that it catches on there to make that little pocket inside there so that things won't fall out. Then you're going to take this one and you're going to put it, and I almost put it down too quick, you're going to put it right up at the edge of your pattern paper just like before and press it down. And I'm going to use my scoring tool on this a little bit. Okay, now let's see. I think this is the mat for this one. It's a lot of flowers. I think I'm going to go with this for the top mat for that one. I just don't like the other side of that's a little bit much. It looks like that paper doesn't even match, but believe me, all of this paper is from the Bo Bunny Sorry collection, which was our February kit. And I just happen to have a tiny bit left over, so I thought I would do this for my daughter. Or for my granddaughter, I should say. She loves pink and she loves flowers. Okay, so there are your pockets on that side. Now you're going to go over to this side, and we're going to have 3 pockets on that side. And those pockets, let's see what they measure. These pockets on this side measure 4.5, and let me make sure, 4.5 by 2.5. So you need to cut 3 pieces of your paper, 4.5 by 2.5, and then you're going to score on each end at 1/2 inch. No, I'm sorry, you're going to score on all 3 sides at 1/2 inch. See, I told you I never did anything the same way twice, and I forget if I don't write it down. I'll tell you wrong. So you're going to score on 3 sides at 1/2 inch, just like that. So I'm going to score my other ones while I have my scoreboard out. 1/2 inch, turn it, 1/2 inch, turn it, and 1/2 inch, 1/2, 1/2, and 1/2. Okay, and you're going to cut these corners, and the way I cut these corners to make a nice little pocket is I kind of cut them at a circle. I cut down. I don't cut such a big wide area out. I cut down to the little fold there, to the little score line, and then I cut back up, and you'll see why in just a minute that makes a nicer pocket. Okay, fold and burnish, fold and burnish. I'm so sorry that I haven't been getting videos up lately. I have been swamped with work, and then we had the retreat, and when I came back I was swamped, and I've been behind 2 or 3 days, and so I'm just trying to catch up. Our customers is our top priority, so we have to get those packages out the door just as fast as we possibly can, which comes before the videos, I hate to say, because I like doing the videos for you guys. I love reading your comments. Please leave me comments. I love reading them. I enjoy communicating with all of you. But I had quite a few that wanted to see this one. I had posted it up on Instagram, and I had quite a few that wanted to see the video on it, so the tutorial. So I thought I would get it up. I may not get it up tonight, but I will get it up in the morning if not. Depends on how fast my internet will upload tonight. There may not be a lot of editing in this one. You may get just what you get. Oh, we're also going to have, we've got a few more things left on the YouTube teaser that I put up yesterday, I believe it was, or day before. We're also going to have another YouTube teaser coming up tomorrow. That'll be the second one for this week, and that'll catch us back up. I have 2 faith journal videos that I've got to get up this week, so I'm behind on that as well. So I'll need to get those up, and then I have another tutorial that I need to do. Okay, you see when I cut those out at just a little bit of a curve, how it makes that little pocket. So when you put that down, you've got that little pocket instead of it being, you know, cut at such a sharp angle that these don't meet. Okay, now what you're going to do here, make sure that you have yours the right way up. This is my top. I'm going to come down 1.5 inches, and I'm going to make a little mark, and then come down 1.5 inches and make a little mark. Make sure I'm at the right 1.5 inches. And make sure, nope, see, I didn't even measure it right. 1.5 inches. Okay, that mark is right. This one must be wrong. Yep. My daddy always told me I'd not be any good at measuring because I do everything by eye. Okay, the reason we did that is brought it down 1.5 inches is that's where we're going to put our first pocket down. So what you're going to do is just put your first pocket down right across those little marks that you put on there. So there's your first pocket. And then we need to put the mat on that one. I guess we'll have to put these mats on there since I don't have any more cut, because I really don't like that side because it's not, it goes, but it's not floral. And it's not cut the right way either, so we'll use these. Part of these will be covered anyway. Let's see. I don't think there's an up or a down. And that looks okay. So we're going to put that right in the center the best we can. Right there. Then you're going to take your next pocket and do the same thing. Put the side in, fold the end over it, put the side in and fold the end over it, and it gives you that little pocket. Okay, now this one we're going to bring down probably about 1/2 inch down from that other one, and try to get it as straight as we possibly can without getting too much of my head in the shot. Okay. I'll be so glad when they start back shipping this glue. I know you guys will too, because I am so close to being out. I saved back a few bottles for myself, but I've used it a lot lately. Okay, there's that one. And bring your side in, the bottom up, the side in, the bottom up. That seals it together. And now this one is going to go right down to the bottom. Right down to the bottom of the patterned paper. There we go. And that should be about evenly divided. Right, there you go. So that is the inside completed. So you've got your pockets here, and they're sealed off so nothing will fall out the back. Then you have your little pockets here and here, and then you have your 3 pockets here. Alright, I think I forgot to tell you the measurements on the little mats here. These mats measure 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. So 1 3/4, I'm sorry, 3 1/4 by 1 3/4. I'll get that right in a minute. Like I said, hopefully I'll be able to get all of the measurements on the website by tomorrow. Alright, we're going to put this little clasp on, and so what we're going to do is we're going to find our center. And let's just do it the Tim Holtz way. There we go. Our center should be, this should be our center right there. So we marked our center, and now what we're going to do with this is we're just going to put that over the center and then under where we're going to put our mat on the outside. So I'm going to use some score tape because this is going to have a little bit of pressure on it, so we want to make sure that it stays. Now you could make this better. You could fold it, you know, fold you a piece of paper. I'm just using a regular piece of paper, not folded. So what I'm going to do is do that like that, and then come right straight down and do it just like that. So we've got our little thing for our clasp, and then what we're going to do is put our pattern paper down. This measures 4 by 5 5/8. Now you can make it larger, smaller, whatever. I wanted it just the size to go inside my folds. I wanted a lot of my pink to show, but that's up to you. If you want to make it a little bit larger, you can. Just depends on what you want. But this one is 4 by 5 5/8. And then you just center it between. I'm putting it flush with this fold up here, but then I'm centering it between the other two folds so that it's kind of center on my page. Alright, and now we want to go ahead, if we're going to use a magnet, you want to go ahead and put your magnet on now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round the corners of this. Now this little piece can be cut whatever size you want. I think I cut mine is cut about 3.5 inches, but you can cut it at whatever size you want, as long as it, you know, will fold over and you know, give it a little room to grow. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take, I'm not going to put score lines in this because I want to give it room to grow. So I'm going to take my bone folder, and all I'm doing now is breaking down the fibers so that when I do fold this over, I won't get those odd creases in it. Okay. Now I want to put my magnet on, and I don't care for my magnet showing here. If you don't want your magnet to show there, you can put a piece of paper over it when you get through. Punch a little dot or whatever, put that over there. I can't get the back of this off. There we go. So I'm going to put the magnet right there, and then I'm going to get a negative, and if I can get that off. Put the negative there, and then I'm just going to fold it over, and I'm going to leave me room for that to grow. So I don't want to put it too tight. So I'm thinking about right there will be good. So that gives me room. It also would give you room to stick a little pencil or pen in there if you wanted to. Okay, then we can open it up, and then we'll put our other piece of paper down, and that will cover that magnet. Again, you're going to put it right up to the, let's see which way my key run on that one. You're going to put it right up to the fold up here, and then you're just going to just kind of center it between your others and just kind of get it as straight as you possibly can. Oops. Alright, there you go. That is, and we've got our clasp closure. And I know I closed mine at the back, and that's the way I wanted it to close. You can turn yours around where it closes in the front. I wanted mine to close in the back for some weird reason, but it would look cute closed in the front. That again is up to you. Alright, now all we need to do is put our reinforcement little strip right here. And I had it cut somewhere, but I don't know where I put it. There it is, I think. Well, that is not it, but we're going to use this one. Let's just trim it off right there. And the reason we're going to put a reinforcement strip there is just because when it's been opened and closed so many times, that will just give it a little bit of extra protection. So this piece measures, and let's see if I even have that piece. I think it measures at, well, let's just look. This one measures at 6 3/4 by, and it's about an inch or a little over. Somewhere around in there is fine. And you're just going to score it down the center, somewhere close to the center. I think I need to trim it a little bit. It's supposed to be an inch wide, and I think this is a little over an inch. So we're going to trim it down to an inch so we'll have the same showing on the front and the back. I had that piece cut, like I said, but I don't know what I did with it. Okay, so then we're just going to fold it on our score line. And then we're going to put score tape down. You're going to take one side off at a time. Fold your book up and just lay your book right in. Okay, lay your book right in that, where that crease is, where you put your score line. And then press it down. And then take the other one off. And do the same. Just fold it over and press it. And that gives you a nice edge all the way around. That looks the same. Mine may be a little off, but it looks the same anyway. Okay, so that is our, I guess you could call it wallet, portfolio, smash book, whatever you wanted to call it. That is it. It is very simple to make. Once you get all your pieces cut out and everything scored, it's very simple to make. But I think they're oh so cute. So there are my two. I just think they're adorable. Okay guys, that is it. I know this video was kind of long and I do apologize, but I appreciate you watching. And let me know if you have any questions. Leave me comments below and I will be glad to answer them. We'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye-bye.